ain't no garden party. Recently, I started dating a rather classy lady whose company I enjoy immensely. I am unclear as to exactly how I am to proceed. Perhaps you have some suggestions. Do you think this is funny, Private Peterson?
I hope you can forgive me, sir.
You are forgiven, Private.
Permission to hug you, sir.
Permission granted. All right, gentlemen. That's enough of this slumber party. Now listen up. Let me remind you, this discussion does not make us family members, so do not come up to me and put your arm around my shoulder. I will rip it off.
Well, you don't really see drill sergeants that are that sensitive very often. Welcome to Flynn Dog Woodwork. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a drill press that is that sensitive. This is an amazing piece of technology that I just got for my shop. So let's assemble this tool and see if it lives up to all the hype. So this is going to be the first video in a two-part series. In this video, we're going to be taking this tool out of the box and assembling it. In the next video, I'm going to show you some of the truly amazing features that this tool has. Now, just to clarify, before we get into the details, I don't have any affiliation with this company. I purchased this tool with my own money and I didn't get any discount. I've also never owned a floor mount drill press, so this will be a learning experience for me as well. So why did I spend so much money for this tool? If you look at the price tag here, you can see that this drill press isn't very cheap. And the answer to this question is an easy one. Every tool that I purchase from here on out, I want to be a lifelong tool. I don't want to have to ever replace this drill press. And I think this drill press has the capabilities to never have to be replaced. But there's even a bigger reason why I purchased this tool. I hate my drill press. I've had this drill press since I first started woodworking, and I've never been that too impressed with it. Let's go take a look at it. So I know I've talked about this drill press in the past, but I have two main concerns about this press. The first and foremost is this thing is significantly underpowered. This thing only has 1/4 horsepower. This means it binds up and seizes consistently. The second thing that I don't like about this drill press is one that's very common with most drill presses. You have to open it up, change the belts to change the speed of the press. But not only that, this drill press is broken. If we look at the bottom here, there's a little stop that prevents you from going too far down. And this thing is made of plastic. This has come loose from the mount, and now when I lower my drill press, it doesn't even go back to its original position. Now I don't want to rip on Ryobi too much, as that drill press suited me very well for about 4 years.
Oh, I guess you brought your kid to work today? Where's the little guy?
And for the price, it's an excellent choice for somebody that's just getting into woodworking. But enough about my old drill press, let's get into my new one and see if we can get it up and running. So if we take a look at the new one, you can obviously tell this came by freight. This is on a skid and there's a couple of ding marks on the exterior packaging, so hopefully the interior packaging protected this tool. So what I like to do when assembling larger tools like this is to find a nice flat clean surface. I'm going to lay out all the parts, get the directions, and start going through each piece one by one. And this thing isn't light. It's a little over 330 pounds, so I want to assemble this close to its final resting place. So right off the bat, I can tell you that I'm quite pleased that this machine doesn't have a whole lot of pieces and parts. It appears that everything is very well made and most of it's made out of cast iron. As I said before, everything in this box is really heavy, so you know it's high quality. The foot has got a greasy residue as well as the tabletop. Even the tower has got a greasy residue on the frame of it. For now, I've left the drilling component of this drill press in the box, as I think this will probably be one of the last things that we'll install. Next up, I want to remove my old drill press so that we have some room for this new one. With the old drill press out of the way, let's take a look at our instructions and see what we need to do first. So nothing makes me more happy than seeing the instructions have pictures to show you what to do. The instructions are only 3 pages long, so this means the installation should be fairly easy. So the first thing that we need to do is to place the foot of this machine in the desired location. We need to make sure that this area is completely level. Now that we've determined this area is completely level, I'm going to place the foot down with a column on top. So now that we have the column in place on top of the base, I'm going to take 4 17mm hex bolts and secure the two pieces together with the included tool. And I can already tell this is going to take forever, so I'm going to get my wrench. Now that we have the column attached to the base, we now need to mount the table bracket and rack. In order to do that, we need to remove the rack, which is the ribbed area on the side. To do this, we simply take an Allen key, loosen it up to remove the rack.
Nice rack.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
How many plates?
Oh, there's about 3 or 4. Oh.
Damn, that's nice.
I got from Kmart for like $4.
Now this next part's gonna get a little greasy. This is called the worm.
I got worms.
What we're going to do is place it through the table mount till it pops out the very top. Once we have it in place, we'll then take our rack and make sure it's on the pre-installed gear that's on the inside of this table rack. Now that we have all these positioned together and the gears all aligned, we can go back to the drill press and install it on top of that column. So to do this, we'll remove the top bracket of that rack. Next, we'll slide the bracket assembly on top of this column. The base of the mounting rack will slide right into the void at the very bottom of the column. Then it's time to install the top mounting bracket over the column. And you can see how this top mounting bracket will slide right over the top of that mounting rack. With the top bracket installed, we now can tighten it down with the hex key. So now it's time to install the headstock, and this thing is heavy, so it really is a 2-man or a man and a woman job. So I'm going to go grab my wife and we're going to slide it over that column. Do not try that alone. That thing was a freaking beast. Now let's secure that headstock to the column. So in order to secure the headstock to the column, you need to tighten down these 2 hex keys with an Allen wrench. Now that we have the headstock secured, it's now time to install the vertical adjustment lever. To do this, you want to find the flat side of the worm. Then you can slide your vertical adjustment lever right on top with the nut on top. Then you can loosen up your nut, tighten it down with an Allen key, and once it's secure, you can tighten down that nut. Now you can see as we rotate the handle, the tabletop will go up and down. Next up, we can finally install the tabletop onto that table bracket. To do this, you simply place the table on top of the bracket and lock it down. Next up, we'll install the 3 arms or the drumsticks on the side of this machine.
Would you like some chicken? I've got more.
Now that we have the basic structure of the drill press complete, we need to start thinking about how we're going to install the chuck. So let's go over to the assembly table and start talking about that. So in taking a look at the chuck, this thing is a big dog. It's much larger than what I'm used to dealing with. If we look at the arbor, we want to make sure that this thing is completely free of debris. So I'm just going to take a rag and fully clean this arbor. Once we've cleaned that arbor of all debris, including lubricants, we're going to slide it into the chuck. Now you may have some problems getting the arbor to fully seat into the chuck. And if this is the case, you use a rubber mallet to get it to go in the rest of the way. Once you have that arbor seated into the chuck, you want to open the chuck all the way. With the chuck fully opened and the arbor fully seated, we'll insert it into the drill press. You then rotate it until it's fully seated. Then you can take a soft rubber mallet and hammer it into place. Once that chuck is installed, we can plug it in and fire it up for the first time. Well, that about covers it. All I have left to do is to clean off those cast iron surfaces of the rust inhibitor. And as I said in the beginning of the video, this is a first of a two-part series. Today we just assembled the machine, so I've got a lot of learning to do and figure out how this machine works. Join me in a couple weeks as we go over some of the features of this tool. So thanks for joining me today, and join me in a couple weeks as we dig into the features of this tool. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and leave a comment. It really does help out this small woodworking channel. Until next time, take care as always.